Thank you very much. Please turn your cell phones either off or in the silent mode so that they don't ring in the middle of the presentation. Our restrooms are back to the left down the hall. We have water in the back for a donation of $1. You're welcome to have water. I brought my own because I just did. There are pens and papers on the tables. The white sheet is for questions that you want to have asked Tony and have him answer. The pink ones are for suggestions and ideas that you have, either for the fire department or the community. There is a little tray up here. You can drop the pink ones in the tray when you leave. There'll be somebody collecting the white ones later on. We do have a table set up here for video recording. Sound recording is anywhere in the building, but if you want to take videos or pictures, please come up front. We would like you to put the cameras on the presentation. Tony, and Bobby, and me, of course, but not on the audience. That's just a policy of our building. Right now, I'd like to introduce Bobby Porzio. He will continue with this. Thank you for coming. I have a couple quick announcements. We're having a meet and greet for the members that are running for the fire board. The election's on the 17th. The meet and greet is here the 5th of May at 6 p.m. This afternoon, the VFW is having a chicken dinner. The donation for the dinner is $5. If you buy a $5 worth of raffle ticket, the dinner's free. Kind of a wash, I think, but anyway. Tony, take over. Thank you for coming.
I'm Bobby, that's Tony.
Oh.
That's all right. My name is Bob Porzio. I live in Meadview. I've been associated with the fire department in Meadview and Lake Mojave Ranchos for about 15 years as a volunteer. They've asked me to come and kind of be the mediator, I guess you could say, and introduce Tony. But before I introduce Tony, I would just, I've had several people come up and ask me to review the history of what's been going on, and I will not do that. That's a whole other meeting. But I would like to tell you how you can find this out. If you go to the County Board of Supervisors website and you punch in minutes, agenda, whatever, they have a little thing there. And also it has a little thing that says date, and that date will be 2016. If you hit that, it will say 16, 15, 14, 13. It'll give you those options. You go to 2013 on February 4th of 2013, item number 87. It'll pretty much tell you everything that was known at that time. Pretty much everybody from the county spoke. The Board of Supervisors spoke, the lawyer spoke, Byron, what's his last name?
Byron Stewart.
Byron Stewart spoke, and it talks about the money that we have and we don't, or we had and we don't have. You're getting it straight from the horse's mouth. So I would suggest that if you're very interested in that, that's the best place to go. Also, on May 5th, Meadview is having a meet and greet at the MCA, Meadview Civic Association, and that's at, okay, I got the wrong date, but that's at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's our actual COM meeting, just like your community meetings. And we would invite all the candidates to be there. That's about all I have. Other than that, I would like to introduce to you our interim fire chief, Tony DeMaio. Oh, I do have something else. I don't know whether she said it or not, but these questions, after Tony speaks, we will take a short recess. We'll get the questions, put them together. We don't want to have to ask the same question 2 or 3 or 4 times. So we'll go through them and make sure that we don't, if there's four questions that are the same, then we're only going to answer that once. So other than that, Tony DeMaio.
Thank you. My name is Tony DeMaio. I am the interim fire chief of your fire district. I'm proud to be here. A little bit about myself. I've been in the fire service since the early 90s. I've been in the local area my entire career, Kingman, Golden Valley. I've even been back up here back in the day, done some training up here back when Chief Estenson was up here. So I've been around this area for a very long time. I did work for the city of Kingman as a paid-on-call firefighter from 2000 to 2003. I worked with the Golden Valley Fire District, which was my first post as a firefighter. I started there as a volunteer in the early 90s, and I ended my career there in 2014. I came out here late last year, and been here ever since. I carry a long history in the fire service. I carry multiple certifications in multiple disciplines. I have been an interim fire chief previously. I have almost a decade of being a fire company officer, about a half a decade being a fire engineer. So I've been in the service for quite some time. And when the opportunity came to put my application in for the interim fire chief, I went ahead and did so. I thought that I could bring my expertise, my knowledge, and my passion for the fire service to this community, which is what I wanted to do. I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm very passionate about the people that I serve and the people that I work for, which is you. So personally, husband, my wife is here today. Melody's here, raise your hand. There she is. We have 4 children and a grandchild. We have grown children and we have little ones. So we have a great passion for boating, biking, water skiing, you name it, cars, anything with a motor, anything that moves. Yeah, we're into it. So, as Bobby said, I am the interim fire chief. I did sign a contract with John Flynn, who is the financial administrator for the district. When the elections happen, if the board chooses to do so, they can continue my services as your permanent fire chief, or they can elect to go out for another fire chief or do some hiring if they wish. I hope you choose to retain my services in the area. I look forward to it. If not, I will go back to my original position, which is basically a firefighter paramedic. That being said, I know a lot of you came to this meeting today for one reason and one reason only, that the district was in jeopardy of closing its doors at the end of July due to some financing issues. I'm going to give you a little sigh of relief. As of 5 o'clock Friday night, I was advised that we have a guarantee that the district will receive financing. How this is going to work is basically as a revolving line of credit. We use this revolving line of credit during the times where we don't collect any tax money. If you guys aren't familiar about how we operate on your tax dollars. So during the year, the time of the year that you're paying your taxes, that's when we're getting money from the county for our operating expenses. During the times of the year which you're not paying your taxes, we are not receiving any money. A lot of times with late taxes or people picking up on back taxes and stuff, money trickles in here and there, but we're not getting the big lump sums that we're used to getting. So there is a period of time, and it usually lasts about 3 to 4 months, that we do not have money in the bank, per se. So that's where most fire districts would have what they call a contingency fund or a rollover fund, which we do not have. Just because of the history of what we're doing, we're growing, we got ourselves back on level ground. We just didn't have enough money to put into a contingency fund. As we progress, hopefully we will be putting a little bit of money aside every year so we have a rollover fund to carry us over. The revolving line of credit is used by many fire districts all over the state of Arizona. When I started working, that's how we survived. We had less than $1 million budget, and every year we relied on the revolving line of credit to get us through those months where we didn't have any tax money coming in. So, a little sigh of relief for everybody. The fire district will not be closing its doors. We will be staying open. We will be providing service. Okay?
Yeah.
I know that puts a big change in everybody's thought process of what kind of questions you wanted to ask. Hopefully, we can move on with some other questions. We are not by any means out of the woods. We are still a financially strapped fire district. We have a lot of infrastructure that needs to be dealt with. We have a lot of dilapidated vehicles that need to be dealt with. But as we move forward, hopefully we'll be looking into like grants and other things and moving ourselves forward, spending our money wisely to serve you guys as the best we can. So that's about all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, like the questions, we take about a 5-minute break, 5, 10, depending on how many questions we get, and bring them back in, we'll go through them, and then we'll continue on with the meeting.